Good morning, I'm Steve from Quantamize, and you're watching the Quantamize Global AM Markets Preview, where it's all about uncomplicated investment, great data, and all the trades you'll ever need. And remember, everything's free. So let's get started.
Good morning, today is June 5th, 2019. And just like that, stocks rebounded yesterday. Now let's walk through why we think that happened. Remember what we highlighted yesterday. The equal weighted S&P 500 index finished positive after Monday's volatile trading session closed. Now, why are we highlighting this point? Well, simply put, market breadth, a technical measure of sentiment, was actually positive on Monday, while the indices we all track, like the S&P 500, were down. Now, this is because they are all market cap weighted, which means when large companies like the FANGs drop, the index will most probably finish down, even when those mega cap tech stocks are dropping on news related to regulations surrounding only those stocks. Just something to think about. So what is my takeaway for this morning? I remain bullish for stocks and would point you to pay attention to the fact that expected growth for earnings for the next 2 quarters remains too low. The recent volatility offers some interesting opportunities to add to positions or begin new positions outrightly. So what are my favorite ideas today? Well, yesterday I changed my tune and said focus on buying the Invesco S&P 500 equal weight ETF, ticker RSP, as a great way to play positive market breadth without getting too much exposure to the FANGs. Still like the RSP here, but it would also look at some sector plays. Not tech in general, but definitely consumer tech. Personal favorites continue to be the China ADR consumer tech names, NetEase, Autohome, and Tencent. The fundamentals and industry dynamics that are driving growth for these stocks are just insulated from anything happening in trade talks between officials in Washington, D.C. and Beijing. In the US, I continue to like Google, but I'm pretty cautious about the potential regulatory risk here. However, it's still my favorite consumer tech stock, and it's definitely one that has more upside right now. Now let's get into some really important stock news you need to be following this morning. The US will no longer let cruise ships make stops in Cuba, directly impacting Carnival Cruise lines, and surprising the cruise industry in general. The US government remains concerned about Cuba's influence on the growing humanitarian crisis in Venezuela. Cruise companies have been stopping in Cuba recently as demand to go there remains strong. I'm not really sure this will materially impact the stock price today, but any penalties could materially impact Carnival Cruises. Just something to keep your eye on. And finally, Gamestop shares are dropping after the company reports a cut to its dividend. Gamestop gave guidance that the rest of the year will probably be tough, and will be focusing on redirecting capital to debt reduction. Analysts remain worried about GameStop's ability to generate cash going forward. Just stay away. GameStop remains a top short for us, and this is definitely one we think will continue to fall.
I hope you found this video helpful and useful. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and leave a comment below. Shoot us a tweet or send us an email. Tell us what you think about the Global AM Markets Preview and what else you'd like us to include. I'm Steve from Quantamize, and you were just watching the Global AM Markets Preview here at Quantamize.